I was born in Palm Harbor, Florida. It's a small town just outside of Clearwater. I think I started playing when I was 3, like everybody else. I played soccer, I played baseball. I eventually stuck with soccer. I don't even think we had positions back then. I think everybody just kind of ran towards the ball. But I think as I got a little older and mature, I started to play like left mid, a forward, and kind of in the left back position. But I was also playing baseball at the same time. I ended up tearing my labrum in my right shoulder my sophomore year of high school. So I stuck with soccer and I was all in. From Clearwater Chargers, I went to the University of South Florida. You know, the coaches were familiar with me. It was a pretty smooth transition, obviously staying in Florida and playing with a local college and a prestigious, college. It always had a good program with their soccer team. I've always wanted to be a professional athlete. I have little pieces of paper from when I was a kid when I had to write something in elementary school, whether it was a professional baseball player, professional soccer player. So I've always had the idea in the back of my head, and as I've gotten older and more mature and I've, picked out my goals, my dreams, and stuck to them, I knew soccer was something I was really close to, and I pushed and sacrificed a lot in college, and I listened to advice from coaches, obviously my parents, friends, family, and I ended up getting invited to the MLS Combine, had a good combine, and was told I was going to get drafted by a few teams. Kind of from there, it was just getting into the league and kind of like starting over. You go from high school, then you got to restart over in college, then you got to go to the pros, and you kind of got to start over again. Your name and what you've done in the past really doesn't matter. My agent told me I could have just stayed home, watched it, relaxed. So I ended up waking up at like 10:30 in the morning. Just me, my mom and dad. I'm sitting on the couch. I missed like the first top 5 picks. I was just sitting, waiting. 14th pick came. Columbus Crew, one of the teams that told me they were going to select me when I had an interview down with them at the MLS Combine, ended up choosing me, 14th overall pick, and I was ecstatic. It was a dream come true. I had tears in my eyes. My parents were so happy for me because they've sacrificed just as much as I have to, earn something or deserve something like that. And it was a good moment. But I knew that was a start, and I'd have to, if I really wanted to live out the dream of being a professional soccer player, I'd have to take that, continue with it, and go into the next step, and prove myself at the next level. So I was with Columbus, and I don't have any bad blood or anything there. It was the first team that drafted me. I loved it there. I loved the guys, the staff, everyone that was there. But I was there for just over a year. They let me go in 2015, right through halfway through the preseason. I learned a lot from that experience. I was nervous. I was anxious heading into it. I didn't have tremendous confidence my first year because I'm a young guy. I got to do a lot of the grunt work, and I'm not going to always make the 18 or play. But I learned to be a lot more patient with that, and just to keep working hard, and through everything and anything, if you stick to your goals and dreams, you're going to come out on top. It's 99% for the majority of people that keep going and don't give up. So for me leaving, obviously I was super upset. I was crying. It was just out of nowhere, so it caught me off guard. So I ended up, the day I got let go from Columbus, I had Thomas Rongen on the phone with me, and he wanted to sign me right away with my hometown team, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So I immediately took the opportunity, played 35, almost 40 games in 2 years, and because of that, I'm here where I am now. I think, I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and it carried me to where I needed to be to perform and produce with NYCFC, and to get the opportunity to get signed by NYCFC. I was guaranteed another year with the Rowdies this year, and I ended up coming to agreement to let me go because I wanted to move on, because I knew I had to get back to the MLS. I knew I had to get to a higher level if I wanted to achieve everything I wanted to achieve, and NYCFC invited me to preseason in the off season, and I immediately said yes, and my entire off season I got ready for it, and I came in ecstatic, super excited, ready to go, a little nervous because I'm the new guy again, have to go through all that. That's always tough, but it was exciting getting the opportunity, and especially to be with such a prestigious club, NYCFC, with Patrick Vieira as a coach, David Villa on the team, Andre Pirlo, and to be surrounded by such great players and such great talent. It was a little nerve-wracking for sure. I was on edge a little bit. I knew I had to go out and I had to make a quick impression. It was preseason short, only a month long. So it's being patient, but I got to go back to doing the grunt work again to prove these guys that I'm not just coming in here just to think I earn a spot. I'm going to try and earn a spot or earn some sort of respect right off the bat. And sure enough, You know, I got along with the guys and the staff. I did get a little nervous because the end of preseason was coming on, and you know, it's usually getting a contract after a couple weeks. You know, coaches, especially at this level, they can identify a good player within the first week. Being, you know, 2, 3, almost 4 weeks in the preseason and not hearing anything from me or my agent, I knew this was my one chance opportunity, and when I finally got the call, everything, like all the weight off my shoulders, everything just kind of, it was unbelievable. I've never been so happy, honestly. It was a huge moment for me to get back to this league and to get with this team. You know, such a good club. I love it here. I love the system, the players, the staff. Everyone's treating me with the utmost respect, and you know, I'm just happy I fit in, and everything's, like I said, it comes naturally. I started to dress games, and you know, dressing games, you know, you got to make sure you're ready. Pat expects everybody to be ready, no matter if you're dressing, if you're not dressing, because his system could change or somebody could get injured, and it's unfortunate. Mata got hurt. You know, he's such a huge part of this club, and he's such a good player. You know, I'll say that the first. But I got a chance, I got an opportunity, and it happened to be against Columbus Crew, my club that drafted me, which was, out of all the teams, I think that's the funniest. But I went in, I was a little nervous right away. Obviously, I got a yellow card. No big deal, just to set the tempo. But it was a good game. I thought I had a solid performance. You know, once the game went on, everything just happened. It just comes natural. The confidence takes over, and you just play normal. You know, it's just a game. It's always just a game. It's never more than that. It's just a game with a ball, and you try to put it in the back of the net. I think the debut went really well, and I proved and showed I could play at this level, perform at this level, and provide this club with what they need when they need it. To be able to play in Yankee Stadium, such a unbelievable stadium, you know, for an MLB club that's always been, you know, top of the table, it was pretty cool for sure. I love the fans. The fans are unbelievable. You know, they really have our backs. More fans come to our away games than some of the away or the home teams, you know, fans that are there. So it's always a pleasure to have you know, great fans to have your back, and that can carry you so far. Nothing's changed, you know. I'm still competing, when Mata comes back, I'm still going to compete at the left back position. I'm still going to compete as a center back, because that's what this team is so good for. We're so deep in every position, and that's why this team is so good, because everybody can play. So nothing's going to change. I'm only guaranteed this year, so I'm going to, you know, give it my all this year, and whatever chances and opportunities I get, I'm going to take advantage of them. I'm going to seize the moment, and you know, hopefully that's good enough for this team to keep me around for a couple more years.